In a world of chaotic noise, the podcast Keep Walking With Me searches for potential solutions towards the best version of ourselves. One likes to make questions, the other loves to find answers. Nuno and João are partners from the Walking Mentorship, and they bring the inside look in the life of the people they walk with. Welcome to the podcast Keep Walking With Me. Today, like always, we have a very special guest from Barcelona, Spain. So, the best way to start is to ask, in a nutshell, who is Miriam Lopez?
Hi. That's it. That's a very difficult question. I don't really know. I just feel like I'm like a sort of strength of life here and doing whatever I'm called to do or to be, to feel myself and help other people to do the same thing. Sounds very strange, but I feel it very clear inside.
Actually.
Didn't sound strange to me.
No, it sounds perfect. So, can you tell us a little bit more about what is Click Camino?
Click Camino is the story of my life, told by some Playmobil toys. And I started taking pictures. This is a Playmobil. Hello. I started taking pictures in my first St. James Way, Camino de Santiago, 3 years ago. And then it helped me a lot to do some changes in my life and to understand myself and to let my soul talk through them. And pictures are very beautiful, and I think the message is very powerful. So I do it for myself, and it helps other people to understand things about themselves, and it makes me happy. It's like I don't know, my life project or whatever.
That is really great. Do you want to tell us a little bit about those really special stories behind those Playmobils? Do you want to share them with us?
The most important thing is this little one I showed you because it's a little girl, and I guess, but I understood this sometime later. It represents my soul, and it helped me a lot to feel myself again and the things that I enjoy to do, and the real feelings that I had inside me that had been like sleeping for a long time, for 30 years. Then there were other little toys coming, and I understood later that they represent each of them represents a part of my personality. So I just put them there, and I take a picture, and I let them talk. I'm not crazy. It's just it works, and it's really healing. You know, I'm sorry because my English is not very good, but I guess that I'm I'm achieving like expressing or clear. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit nervous, but that's the thing, more or less.
Don't be, because it doesn't sound crazy. It sounds brilliant, actually.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, and I cannot resist to ask, because previous talks we had, you mentioned quite often the word emotional education, and I wanted to ask you, I mean, especially for anyone that is listening, what is emotional education and why it might be important to know what it is?
Emotional education consists on being aware and conscious about our feelings and motivations in life, which is something that in the walking mentorship programs is very, very present. And I think it's the same thing. That's why the walking mentorship program was so interesting for me from the beginning. Emotional education is very, 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 very necessary because it goes to the roots of our our what we do or what we think or how we feel in life. And if you don't go to the roots, it's very difficult to change the things that make you unhappy. In the last years, this point of view is more and more present in schools and in education in general in the world. But there's a lot of things to do still. I think that we are in the beginning of a very long journey, but there are many people doing lots of things like this, like the Click Camino or the walking mentorship programs. And we are on the right path. We are not hurrying, because it's not a question of hurrying, but going step by step, but very, very like real things, because that's when it's real, like in the walking mentorship programs, when it's real, it helps people to see what they need to see through yourself. I mean, you act like a mirror, and people see what they need to see in themselves. So that's the thing that we need to do. You don't need to do to prepare long or big emotional education programs with lots of technical terms, or because it kills the thing. I don't know how to say that, but we just need to feel alive again, because I feel like many people, as I was, are just living like zombies. And it kills yourself. That's why there's a lot of people being very ill or depressed, or lots of violence, and it's very, very sad. But we can do something, and we need to do this emotional reconnection, something like that. I don't know if I answered your question, but that's what I think.
No, definitely. Maybe it's a good time, Miriam, to ask you for a first song on our podcast.
Yes, I love the song "Setting Forth" by Eddie Vedder on the Into the Wild original soundtrack. It is a wonderful film.
All right, let's listen to it.
I'm really gonna. I was saying last night, I'm really gonna miss, the feeling of having Chris McCandless right by my side every night. Like, spending an hour really thinking and being kind of in that space. And I think I'm definitely gonna keep him with me here, as many people have. And so it's pretty incredible to see the impact made by somebody who wasn't trying at all. Just kind of on his own, and how inspiring that was. And it was also interesting to see who wanted to designate him as foolhardy and reckless. But shit, he was out there trying to find the truth, or some kind of essence that's beyond normal, what we consider normal. And they call him insane, but sometimes I think it's what people consider normal. I think that could be insane to me. Being no concern, point of no return. every time I fall. He's standing forth in the universe. He's standing forth in the universe. Oh, out here realign our planet out of sight. All nature drunk and high.
All right, so is there a particular action or behavior that each of us can adopt to promote a more emotionally mature society?
Yes, I think so. That's loving, just loving, starting by ourselves and then having a loving attitude to the world and other people. I mean, that's for me, that's the only thing. And it sounds very easy. It's not, but it's what we are meant to do. So it's the only thing that we can do, actually. Maybe the word love goes with compassion, which is a Buddhist term or concept that I feel very strongly inside. And it's something that we start doing for ourselves, and then it comes to the world naturally. But we need to do lots of changes because we are not used to be compassionate and loving to ourselves in a real or good way. So that's my answer.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you.
That is a great answer and actually very deep. Well, let me, talking about compassion, as much as we love doing the Camino, when I look at all those crowds in the Camino, I only feel compassion for those people. I don't really envy them at all. So when we look at this, at the way that the Camino is becoming so crowded, so populated, what do you feel that this is causing some disruption? What do you think about this?
I feel and I think that it's the same thing that it happens in society. It's a crowded place with lots of noise and disruption and lots of people who need to learn to be by themselves. I'm very happy that they are there because that's the context that maybe will help. I've already walked this path in this stage that they are. So I just do my thing or go in my way, trying not to disturb their way and trying not to be disturbed and trying to, I don't know in English, but in Spanish is convivir, or just everyone is doing his thing. Obviously, if somebody is annoying me, I will put the limits because I think it's necessary for me. But I'm not actually a very how do you say that? I don't believe that there are turigrinos and real pilgrims or whatever. I mean, I think that everybody is in the way to evolve, and we are not in the same stage or in the same moment of evolution, but we are there to do that. And that's why we need to understand that everybody is doing the best he or she can at that moment. And obviously, I prefer to be in silence or whatever. But this situation of crowded Camino, for example, it's also a learnship for me in many ways. So I try to learn what I need to learn, because if there's something there which annoys me, it gives me a very, very, very necessary information, and I try to understand. And I'm not a very, I mean, I'm not hippie or okay, everything is good. No, I mean, you need to put the limits, but you need to be also conscious that why this is annoying you, because it's a very useful information for you. I don't know if I explain myself, but
no, actually, I'm very grateful that you answer in such way. Thank you. Mm-hmm. But let me stay a little bit more in the Camino, because you have walked, back and forth, which is something that not many people do it. Actually, someone claimed that that's the real Camino of our life, and you should return home by your own foot, which, by the way, you did some years ago, walking back. And obviously, you share in your website, in your project of Click Camino, you share openly the tremendous impact that experience had in your life. So let me ask you two things. What happened and what changed in your life?
Wow. After the first or the second, because I think that it's important to say that I did not walk, I went to Santiago, then I went back home by train, and 1.5 years after, I went to Santiago by train, and then I came to Barcelona on foot. So it was not, like the two caminos together. I mean, that's important.
Very unusual, I would say.
Yes. I just felt that I needed to do that. It was the moment in my life. What changed was your question. Everything. And maybe it's not what changed, but what I just got back to myself. So I needed absolutely to do that. That's the magic of the Camino. It was very important for me to be by myself, to stop all the noise that I had in my head, because it wasn't not a question of being in Barcelona or whatever, or it was just lots of things that I had in my head that I telling me the life that I should do or how I should be, and I was not feeling happy. I was ill and I was not feeling good, so I went. And when I came back from the first Camino, lots of things had been replaced, not replaced, but they went back to their place, so it was not just lots of things changed, but they came where they had to be, where they came back to their place. I don't know how to say that. Then I had a very bad year between the two Caminos I told you, and I went to do my reverse Camino Inverso. I was not, I just left home to Santiago to do the reverse way backwards, but I was not thinking about going back home. I was just open to go wherever the way bring me. But finally, I told myself that I wanted to join the ocean, the sea in Barcelona with the ocean in Galicia by foot, and I did that. It was difficult because I was feeling ill in the last weeks, and but I told myself that I really needed to do that. For me, the reverse Camino was the definitely way to. There's a song, Return to Innocence. That's the thing. And when I was back in Barcelona, I was very, very ill. But this experience was absolutely necessary to tell myself that if I had do that, I could survive to whatever. So I did. And I'm here. And I'm really feeling really good. And I'm in good health. And that's thanks to this experience in the Camino.
We are very happy to hear that, Miriam. That's
thank you so much.
Wonderful to hear. Thank you.
Well, let me set here another a little bit of a shift in our conversation. When we do our walking mentorship programs, we do them walking in nature. That's like the rule. They can change a little bit. They can have some nuances. Now we are even doing them online, but still we are all walking in nature. So actually we use nature and the walking as like tools to help us go deeper and do a deeper process of self-knowledge, and then looking to our future and deciding about where we want to go in our lives, as well as in our paths. So what do you think is so magical, so powerful about this process of walking in nature and thinking about life?
When you walk in nature, it's so easy to return to yourself because you put yourself in the right context. And I told Joao when we met in Portugal 1 year ago, which was in the walking mentorship program. It was just amazing in the Alqueva Lake. I told him, I'm just sure, absolutely sure, because I did myself, that people are wise, all of us. It's not a matter of intelligence or being very, very smart or whatever. We are, as human beings and as living beings, we are very wise, and we just need to put ourselves in the right context to listen when we need to know or to feel. And that's the thing about the programs you do with walking mentorship, and that's the thing with the Camino de Santiago, and that's the thing with lots of experience in nature. You don't need to do lots of things. You don't need to prepare, as I told before, lots of complex programs or whatever. Just some guidelines to help people remember the important things. Maybe with just some questions or just some words, concepts, image, feelings, a song, whatever. But as I told about the Click Camino, you put the thing, a real thing, and then every person will remember and connect him or herself with what he or she needs at that moment. And all the answers are inside ourselves. And that's the magic about walking in nature. You are in nature, which is the right context, and you are walking, which means you are moving, which means you are alive. And I really think that the act of walking, it's very necessary because it reconnects yourself with this strength or force or power we are as evidence of life or a form of life. When you are in movement, you are reconnecting with that. And that's the most important thing.
Really happy you said that, Miriam, and I cannot resist to share a little bit, because quite often, especially if someone doesn't know the walking mentorship, one of the worries people mention is, so what I will get in the end? I mean, what's in it for me? And quite often we give the same answer, which is very similar to what you said, which is you will get what you need.
Yeah, and, absolutely. I absolutely confirm that. And nobody knows but you yourself.
Absolutely. So, we somehow just create the environment, the background where the story will happen, but it's your story. And the same, on the same group, we might have 8-10 people. They will collect 8-10 different stories to take home.
If I could just tell somebody, this person that asks this question, one thing is, let yourself be surprised by yourself and enjoy. Sometimes it's not easy. It's not even enjoyable, but at the end you have what you need, and that's the most important thing.
Couldn't agree more.
Absolutely.
And you've put it beautifully, actually. Well, talking about beauty, do you want to share with us your next song?
Yes, I like very, very, very much the song Alive by Sia.
I was born in a thunderstorm. I grew up overnight. I played alone, I played on my own. I survived. Hey, I wanted everything I never had, like the love that comes with life. It took her to a place where all the demons go, where the wind don't change and nothing on the ground can ever grow. No hope, just lies, and you're taught to cry in your pillow. But I survived. I'm still breathing. I'm still breathing. I'm still breathing. I'm still breathing. Solace in the strangest place, way in the back of my mind. I saw my life in a stranger's face, and it was mine. I had a woman, it took her to a place where all the demons go, where the wind don't change and nothing on the ground can ever grow. No hope, just lies, and you're taught to cry in your pillow. But I survived. I'm still breathing. I'm still breathing. I'm still breathing. I'm still breathing. I'm alive. I'm alive. took it off, but I'm still breathing. Took it off, but I'm still breathing. You took it off, but I'm still breathing. I admit every single mistake that you could ever possibly make. I took and I took and I took what you gave, but you never noticed that I was in pain. I knew what I wanted, I went on and got it. Did all the things that you said that I wouldn't. I told you that I would never be forgotten. I know that's spite of you. And I'm still breathing. I'm still breathing. I'm still breathing. I'm still breathing. I'm alive. Took it off, but I'm still breathing. Took it off, but I'm still breathing. I'm alive. Took it off, but I'm still breathing. Took it off, but I'm still breathing. I'm alive. Took it off, but I'm still breathing. Took it off, but I'm still breathing. I'm alive.
Well, thank you so much for that song. It is beautiful, and it was lovely to listen to it right now. So let me ask you one thing, Miriam. If you had to choose one thing to focus your energy in this moment in time, in this time we are living, what would it be?
Feeling peace. That's what I'm doing, and that's what I'm going to do the rest of my life. I do it for myself, and I do it for all the people that are in my life in somehow. And I think that's the best thing that I can do for myself, and the best thing that I can do for all those people that I love or that I just know, but that are there in my life. It's not easy because it's a very difficult time for everybody, but I've managed to recover from a very, very difficult situation. And now I put all my energy in, cultivar, I don't know in English, but to reinforce or to feel or to strengthen this inner peace. That's the thing.
Wow,
That's perfect.
that's a great entrance for my next question, because it's as we like to describe it, it's an unfair question, and it's the following: what is your favorite hiking route, and why?
Well, I don't know. I haven't walked as much as that, actually. I really enjoyed walking here in Catalonia, next to the sea in the Costa Brava. There's a hiking way called Camino de Ronda, which is very, very wild and very lovely, because I love the sea. But if you let me be a little tricky about the answer, because the question was a little bit unfair.
It is.
Go ahead.
My favorite hiking route will be the peninsula, so Spain and Portugal, peninsula. I'll walk it, all around the coast. That's what I want to do in the, I don't know, 3-4 years. I don't know when, but I will do it. It's my next great adventure.
That's a good one.
That is great. Well,
That's a
let
good
us
one.
know when you go, because if I can, I will join you at least for some stretches. You know, there's the Ruta de Faros in Galicia.
Yeah, I know.
And it's just that, well, not a little bit, but just that stretch, it's absolutely amazing. But people say, but you go up and down. Of course you go up and down. It's
That's what we do.
Yeah, but it's amazing. Well, thank you so much for that question. That was really, really lovely. Can I follow up on that? Do you have a favorite camino?
I only know the Camino Frances, and in the reverse way, I came here by the Camino del Ebro, from Logroño in La Rioja, and then by the Camino Catalan. But I'm going to walk all the caminos. I told myself after the first Camino, and then now I work also. I'm working for a very important website on the Camino, and so I'll do it as a professional issue, because I need to know all the caminos. No, I'm joking, but that's real. I don't have. Actually, if I can be very honest, the caminos are very important in terms of heritage and nature and natural environments and everything. But for me, the most important thing is the inner path. So I don't really put attention on, some things are very important and I really enjoy them, but it's not, for me, it's not the important thing. So if you put me in the Camino Frances or in the Camino Aragonés or in the Camino del Ebro, I will be happy, or in the Via de la Plata. And I don't know. I can say that I love Murcia and Fisterra, the end of the world. I'm really looking forward to go to Portugal, because some friends told me, and I know that the Portuguese caminos are very, very nice. It will come. I'm not hurrying anymore in life. I know that I will do it, and I have the time, and I have the what I need to do that. It's just now it's not the moment, but it will come.
Yeah.
So I love all the caminos because I love the inner camino. And this camino is wherever I am. So
I love
that's my favorite path.
This is
the best answer.
the best answer ever.
I love all the caminos because I love the inner camino. Definitely, that's it.
Yes.
What else?
Miriam, I have a curiosity because before the podcast, I took another look at your website, and I was, spending some time in the Click Camino website, and I ended up watching the pictures of your Playmobiles, and I was so curious that I said, well, I have the perfect opportunity to fulfill my curiosity. Is there any Playmobil there that has, a kind of a really strange, creative, odd story behind that you want to share with us? Maybe one of them.
You're talking about the skeleton, maybe, or?
It's up to you. I honestly, all of them were really cool. So
I'm not talking about each of them because that's a very long story.
Sure.
But I can say to you that every one of each of the Playmobiles has his own story, its own voice, and a very, 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 very important role in my life, because each of the Playmobiles represent some parts of me. And that's not a thing that I've done consciously because I thought, okay, I want to represent that, so I'll put a skeleton or whatever. That's not the way it works. Actually, it has just come like this. like very, very, very spontaneously and naturally. And then later, I've been reading and I've been understanding what it means. I was not looking for that, but I found it, and it has a sense, and it's just amazing. I cannot explain that here, but I really would. I don't know where or when. I mean, it will come to light someday, but everything has a sense, even the skeleton and everything, and it makes me very happy. People who know me know how fun and how happy I am taking pictures with some of the Playmobiles. It's very, 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 very funny and I feel very happy, and I need this. That's the thing. I need it.
We'll be waiting for that story to be told.
hopefully along some route, some walking.
But in the meantime, maybe you can give us your third song.
Yes, of course. It's a song by Radiohead, and it's called No Surprises.
All right. Let's be surprised. Well, after being surprised for just a while, let's go. Well, it seems to have gone in really fast. This our podcast. It's been so inspiring and so truly deep. Thank you so much.
And another podcast.
Thank you.
Another podcast we will need to hear 2,
Yeah,
3,
many,
4
many
times
times,
because there's
for sure.
just too much to digest.
For sure. But before we finish, we still have one really unfair challenge for you. I'm sorry, but this is something we do. If you had a time capsule, almost like a message in a bottle that you could send today, throw it out into space or whatever, with a message or some objects or whatever you want to put inside. And then someday, maybe tomorrow or maybe in a million years, someone or some entity will find it. What would you put inside that time capsule? I know it's unfair.
I don't know, but maybe a little mirror, I think. And yeah, I think a little mirror, just a little one. No words, nothing. Just that's where all the answers are. We don't need to look outside or. Yeah, that's the thing.
That's a good
Mirror.
reflection.
That's a good reflection.
It's weird, but
It is.
it comes from me. So
Wow. Well, we have our time capsule. We have 3 wonderful musics. We have plenty of ideas to chew over and over.
Many insights.
Many insights, and I guess that it's time to say thank you very much, Miriam, for walking with us and keep walking with us over time, and for your generosity and how great it is to talk with someone so authentic in a world so full of plastic. It's really great to and we feel very honored to be here today with you.
For sure.
thank you. That's the same for me. And if I say just a last thing, I highly, strongly recommend what you do in walking mentorship. And I tell it every time somebody asks me. When Joao found me by Instagram, and I saw what was doing, I told myself that's the thing that I really need. I really feel it's the thing to do to change people or life or the situation or society or whatever. Nature and walking. And that's essential. And you really do it. You do it really, really well. And I mean, it's very authentic also. I enjoy it a lot and I strongly recommend it. Strongly. So go walk with Joe and Nuno and enjoy. Enjoy yourself.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
And let's keep walking.
Step by step, we walk together towards the best version of ourselves. For more information about our mentoring programs, visit our website walkingmentorship.com. Keep Walking with Me, it is a podcast inspired by the Walking Mentorship experience.